Apache Spark interview questions and answers. Beginner means advanced. Introduction. Apache Spark is an open-source distributed data processing framework developed by the Apache Software Foundation. Apache Spark is widely used for big data processing, real-time analytics, machine learning, ETL pipelines, stream processing, distributed computing. Apache Spark provides in-memory processing, distributed execution, fault tolerance, scalability, multi-language support. 1 to 20. Apache Spark Basics. What is Apache Spark? Apache Spark is a distributed data processing engine for big data workloads. Who developed Apache Spark? Apache Software Foundation. Why use Apache Spark? Hashtag fast processing, distributed computing, scalability, in-memory computation. What problems does Spark solve? Large-scale data processing, real-time analytics, ETL workloads. What languages does Spark support? Scala, Python, Java, SQL. What is PySpark? Python API for Apache Spark. What is Spark Cluster? Group of machines working together for distributed processing. What is distributed computing? Processing tasks across multiple machines. What is Spark Context? Entry point for Spark applications. Spark Context example. From PySpark, import Spark Context. Unified entry point for Spark SQL and DataFrame APIs. Spark Session example. From PySpark.sql, import Spark Session. What is driver program? Main application coordinating Spark execution. What is executor? Worker process executing tasks. What is worker node? Machine running Spark executors. What is cluster manager? Yarn, Kubernetes, standalone, Mesos. What is DAG in Spark? Directed acyclic graph representing execution plan. Why is DAG important? Optimizes distributed execution. What is lazy evaluation? Operations execute only when action is triggered. Ability to recover from failures automatically. 21 to 40. RDDs, DataFrames, and transformations. What is RDD? Resilient distributed dataset. Distributed, immutable, fault-tolerant RDD creation example. RDD equals sc.parallelize 1, 2, 3. What is transformation in Spark? Operation creating new dataset. Map, filter, flat map, map example. RDD.map lambda x times 2. Filter example. RDD.filter lambda x greater than 5. What is action in Spark? Operation triggering execution. Collect, count, reduce, collect example, RDD.collect. What is DataFrame? Distributed tabular data structure. Optimize execution. Schema support. SQL integration. DataFrame example. df equals spark.read.csv, data.csv. What is schema in Spark? Structure defining column types. What is Spark SQL? SQL interface for Spark data processing. Spark SQL example. Spark.sql, select F from users. What is Dataset API? Strongly typed distributed collection, mainly Scala Java. DataFrames provide optimization and schema support. DataFrame versus Dataset? Dataset adds compile time type safety. What is Catalyst Optimizer? Spark query optimization engine. 41 to 70. Spark architecture and performance. What is partition in Spark? Logical chunk of distributed data. Why are partitions important? Check. Parallelism, scalability, performance. What is shuffle in Spark? Data redistribution across partitions. Why are shuffles expensive? Network and disk-intensive operations. What is caching in Spark? df.cache. Improves repeated query performance. What is persistence in Spark? Storing datasets in memory disk. Persist example, df.persist. What is lineage in Spark? History of transformations for recovery. What is narrow transformation? Data remains within partition. What is wide transformation? Requires shuffle between partitions. Example of narrow transformation, map, filter. Example of wide transformation, group by. Join. What is broadcast variable? Shared read-only variable across executors. Broadcast example, spark.sparkContext.broadcast data. What is accumulator? Accumulator example. sc.accumulator0. What is Spark UI? Monitoring interface for Spark jobs. What can Spark UI show? Check stages, tasks, executors, memory usage. What is stage in Spark? Group of parallel tasks. What is task in Spark? Smallest execution unit. What is serialization in Spark? Converting objects into transferable format. Common serializers, Java serializer, Cryo serializer. Faster and more compact. What is memory management in Spark? Managing execution and storage memory. What is checkpointing? Saving RDD state for fault recovery. What is speculative execution? Running duplicate slow tasks. What is skewed data? Uneven data distribution causing slow tasks. How to optimize Spark jobs. Reduce shuffles. Cache strategically. Optimize partitions. What is coalesce? Reduces number of partitions. 71 to 100. Advanced Spark concepts. What is repartition? df.repartition 10. Repartition versus coalesce. Repartition reshuffles. Coalesce minimizes shuffle. Real-time stream processing framework. What is structured streaming? Modern streaming API using DataFrames. Structured streaming example. df.writestream.start. What is micro-batch processing? Processing streams in small batches. What is window operation in streaming? Aggregating data over time intervals. What is watermarking? Handling late arriving streaming data. What is MLlib? Spark Machine Learning Library. Common MLlib algorithms? Yes, regression. Yes, clustering. Yes, classification. What is GraphX? Spark Graph Processing API. What file formats support Spark? CSV, check. JSON, Parquet, Avro. Why use Parquet format? Columnar storage, compression, performance. What is Delta Lake? Storage layer adding ACID transactions to Spark. Centralized large-scale storage repository. What is ETL pipeline? Extract, transform, load workflow. What is Spark integration with Hadoop? Spark can run on Hadoop clusters. Common Spark interview topics. Common RDDs, DataFrames, partitioning, shuffling, optimization. Common Spark problems, data skew, memory errors, excessive shuffling. Best practices for Spark? COC. Use DataFrames over RDDs. COC. Optimize joins. COC. Avoid collect on huge data. What is broadcast join? Efficient join using broadcasted small dataset. What is join optimization? Reducing shuffle-heavy operations. What is adaptive query execution? Runtime query optimization feature. What is cluster scaling? Dynamically increasing, decreasing resources. Spark versus Hadoop MapReduce. Spark is faster due to in-memory processing. Spark versus Flink. Spark focuses on batch plus streaming. Flink is stream first. How to become strong in Spark? Quote, practice distributed processing. Optimize Spark jobs. Learn partitioning deeply. Biggest Spark interview concept? Distributed in-memory data processing optimization. Key Spark interview focus. RDDs, DataFrames, partitioning, shuffles, and performance tuning. Why is Apache Spark popular? Fast, scalable distributed data processing with strong ecosystem integration. Apache Spark interviews focus on distributed computing, RDDs and DataFrames, transformations and actions, Spark SQL, partitioning and shuffling, streaming and MLlib, performance optimization, cluster architecture. Key idea. Strong Spark developers understand distributed processing, partition optimization, lazy evaluation, and scalable big data pipeline design.